What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another conversation. Over the last conversations, we've talked about identity. We've talked about standards. We've talked about structure. We've talked about potential. We've talked about value. We've talked about pressure. And today, I think it's time that we define the one word that ties all those conversations together, and that's performance. Let me ask you a question. What does performance actually mean? Seriously, have you ever stopped and thought about it? We hear the word all the time. High performance, peak performance, poor performance, athletic performance, business performance, and performance reviews. But have you ever noticed we use the word without ever defining it? I've spent my entire career in performance. As an athlete, as a strength coach, as an athletic administrator, as a leader. But somewhere along the way, I realized something. We talk about performance without ever agreeing on what it actually is. And if we can't define it, how can we expect to improve it? See, I think most people define performance by results. I don't. People think performance is winning. I don't. People think performance is success. I don't. People think performance is talent. I definitely don't. So what is performance? After more than 20 years of coaching, leading, making mistakes, learning, and rebuilding, this is what life has taught me. Performance is how consistently you execute what you say you believe. I'm going to say that again. Performance is how consistently you execute what you say you believe. Think about that. If you tell me I want to lose weight, performance isn't your goal. Performance is whether your daily actions match what you just said. If you tell me I want to be a better father, performance isn't saying those words. Performance is whether your children experience those words. If you tell me I want to become a better leader, performance isn't your title. Performance is whether your behavior reflects the leader you say you want to become. If you tell me I want to grow closer to God, performance isn't whether your life reflects what you say you believe. Do you see the difference? Performance isn't talking, performance is alignment. It's the alignment between what you believe, what you say, and what you consistently do. That's performance. And here's where I think so many people struggle. We all have dreams. We all have goals. We all have good intentions, but somewhere between intention and execution, there's a gap. And that gap is where most people live. They say one thing, but consistently do another. They say they want to be healthy, but their habits disagree. They say they want to be stronger in their marriage, but stop investing in the relationship. They say they want to lead, but won't lead themselves. That's not judgment at all. That's awareness, because awareness is where growth begins. Now think back over these conversations we've been having. Identity, standards, structure, potential, pressure. None of these conversations stand alone. They are all connected because your identity influences your standards. Your standards influence your structure. Your structure creates discipline. Your discipline produces execution. Your execution produces results, and your performance is revealed by how consistently you execute what you say you believe. Everything connects. That's why I always tell you, performance is never accidental, because nobody accidentally becomes a great parent. Nobody accidentally becomes a trusted leader. Nobody accidentally becomes disciplined. Nobody accidentally builds character. Those things are developed. One decision, one habit, one standard, one day at a time. So let me leave you with this question. Not what do you believe? Not what do you want? Here's the real question for you. Do your daily actions agree with what you say you believe? Because if they don't change your dream, change your execution. This is Dr. Tredell Dorsey. And remember, performance is never accidental. It's built through structure, accountability, and execution. Because performance is how consistently you execute what you say you believe. I'll see you in the next conversation.